Yes, sir! What's going on, YouTube? It's your man, Chip. Real man, I'm back at it today with another special video. Like always, man, today I got a special one for my guy, Cosgrove Productions. Shout out Cosgrove Productions, man. This video today is titled Butterfly Effects That Redirected the Course of NBA History. If you don't know what a butterfly effect is, I'm pretty sure he'll explain it in a little bit, but it's basically any small thing could change history forever. It's called butterfly effect because if you kill a butterfly, you never know if that butterfly can start feeding an animal and that animal dies, and you know, it just keeps working up until eventually the end of the world. It's a crazy thing to think about, man, but it's like a real effect or whatever. So I have nothing else to say. I'm pretty sure he'll explain it like I said. Let's get right into it. If you haven't already, leave a like, subscribe, comment below what you want me to react to next, and follow me on my socials. This shit is falling out, bro. But yeah, this should be a crazy video, bro. NBA butterfly effects. Let's get into it, my guy.
I'm sure some of you are familiar with the 2004 movie, The Butterfly Effect, starring the one and only Kyle Korver.
I never watched that, but I heard about it.
Let's take a look at the synopsis of the movie, which did a great job of summing up this phenomenon. Changing the past can drastically alter the present.
Exactly, that's what I just told y'all, man.
On that, you could look at the butterfly effect as a fancy way of saying what if. What if you went back in time and were given the opportunity to make one small change in history,
Facts.
but you better be careful because that seemingly small change can cause a massive ripple effect, resulting in an entirely different outcome than what we see today. Even the sport of basketball as
That's what I was telling y'all, man. Killing a butterfly is such a small thing, but you never know, man. I mean, you never know who's gonna eat that butterfly, and what if that animal dies or something, bro? Like, it's a crazy thing to think about, like I just told y'all.
Been invented if Springfield, Massachusetts had slightly warmer winters. If you didn't know already, the weather there in 1891 forced James Naismith to come up with a new indoor game in order to keep his students active.
Oh no, that's insane, bro.
Simple as a coin flip had implications that are still felt today. 2003 NBA Draft. One of the most.
All right, bro. So basically, what he just said, if Springfield was hot, basketball never exists, bro. We don't know who LeBron, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant are. Butterfly effect.
Stacked drafts of all time, full of superstars, as well as several solid role players. There were so many options to pick from.
Oh hell no!
What
What are these tuxes, man? Come on now.
Wanted to get their hands on LeBron. The first 10 picks that were revealed at the draft lottery pretty much went as predicted. So when it got down to the final 3 teams to be revealed, it was pretty intense and nerve-wracking.
The third pick goes to
Pistons.
the Denver Nuggets.
Oh, yeah, my
The
bad.
Nuggets landing the 3rd overall selection.
Pistons got the second
That
one.
meant that the Cavs and Grizzlies were the only teams left for a chance to draft LeBron. But for Memphis, there was one problem.
Wait, what?
You see, back in 1997, the Vancouver Grizzlies made a trade with the Detroit Pistons, and in that trade, the Grizzlies received Otis Thorpe, while the Pistons got back a future
See, I told y'all,
first-round
Pistons,
pick.
man.
So fast forwarding to 2003, wherever Memphis landed in this draft lottery, it would actually belong to the Pistons, unless the Grizzlies got the number 1 overall pick. That was the only way they would get to keep their pick. So you know, first-year president Jerry West was stressing out. Let's go ahead and watch
LeBron
how
on the
things went down.
Grizzlies?
The second pick goes to the Memphis Grizzlies.
Jerry West's
That logo
face
is
says it all.
hard, bro.
He knew right then and there that not only would he not be getting LeBron, but they also got pushed out of the top 10 altogether. Just like that.
Who is
because
that, bro?
That second pick belonged to Detroit now. That must have been heartbreaking. I know
Nah,
that
for real.
1997 trade basically ended up costing them Carmelo and D Wade, but at the same time, it was almost like a tease being that close.
Look at those three, bro. That's a legendary picture right there, bro. That picture is so legendary, bro. That's crazy, man.
Getting the number 1 spot. And what's crazy is that Memphis actually won 50 games the next season and managed to make the playoffs. So if LeBron ended up going to the Grizzlies, that obviously would have been a great addition.
Oh my gosh, that looks crazy, bro. That looks hard, bro. Yo, imagine LeBron. That looks hard, bro.
With an
Yeah,
already
damn.
solid roster. We already talk about how Melo could have been a champion as a rookie if the Pistons drafted him. Well,
I didn't even think
if
about it
things
like
went
that.
A little differently, you could certainly say the same thing for LeBron on the Grizzlies, as he wouldn't have had to carry the team.
Oh my gosh, bro. I just remembered. The Pistons passed up on Carmelo Anthony to draft Darko Milicic. That's a butterfly effect within itself, bro. Damn,
to
that's
the same
insane,
degree
bro.
as they
Come on
did
now.
with the Cavs. The basketball world was only one ping pong ball away from being sent in a completely different trajectory.
Facts.
Moving on to one that was more in Jerry West's
Shout out Mark
control.
Jackson.
In the 2014 offseason, the Golden State Warriors came off of a hard-fought 7-game series in which they lost to the Clippers in the first round, which resulted in the firing of Coach Mark Jackson,
Damn.
as they felt they needed
Shout
to
out
make some
Mark.
changes in order to take the next step. And another move that they were considering was trading Klay Thompson for Kevin Love. The Warriors were understandably hesitant at first, but they knew they had to make somewhat of a sacrifice if they wanted to reach their ultimate goal. I mean, at the time, Kevin Love did just come off of an
Yeah, bro. Kevin Love was nasty back then, bro. Honestly, bro, I don't know what made them so hesitant if Kevin Love was an all-star. But thank God they were hesitant, bro, because Klay Thompson, bro, oh my goodness, dude.
individual
Come on
season.
now.
So they definitely would be getting something back in return. And the trade was basically complete. It was pretty much a done deal until Jerry
Damn.
West, who was a consultant for that Golden State team, stepped in and put the trade to a stop. Because he said he still really believed in Klay and had a feeling that he would become a special player.
Okay, shout out Jerry West, man. Shout out the logo, man. Okay,
So what
thank
did
you, bro.
Jerry ultimately do that ended up convincing Golden State to not go through with the deal? He threatened to quit his job if they didn't listen to him.
Ooh, talk
As
to
you know,
him, Jerry.
Thompson would remain a Warrior, and obviously that was the best thing that could have happened.
Facts,
All thanks
facts.
to Jerry West having a sudden change of heart. So really quickly, what if the Warriors gave away Thompson in 2014? Well, first of all, we wouldn't have witnessed his legendary Game 6 performance in the 2016 Western
Thunder wins the
Conference
finals.
which would mean OKC would have made the finals that year.
Yeah.
And more importantly, Kevin Durant more than likely would not have
Never goes to Golden State, bro. Look, bro, I'm about to tell y'all a crazy one that I just thought about. Listen to me, bro. If Draymond Green doesn't swing his arm when LeBron is jumping over him, bro, and hits him in the nuts, suspends him for one game, they win that game or the next game, right? Golden State wins that game, they win the finals. LeBron has 2 rings right now, but bigger than that. Kevin Durant never goes to Golden State. All because of that one arm, bro. If Draymond Green doesn't swing his arm, Kevin Durant is probably still in OKC right now. Kevin Durant will still be in OKC right now, bro. All because of that one arm. That's a butterfly effect right there, bro.
Warriors, as he instead probably would have stayed with the Thunder, enjoying his success there.
Crazy, man.
Also, Klay was the one who inadvertently broke Kyrie's kneecap. So, if he was traded to the T-Wolves in 2014, we wouldn't have seen any of these things go down.
Yeah.
Just something to think about. We've all heard the story before. Len Bias
Oh, yeah,
tragically
bro.
passing
Rest in
away
peace, bro.
just 2 days after being selected second overall by the Boston Celtics in the 1986 NBA draft.
Rest in peace,
He
Len
was
Bias,
a
man.
very explosive athlete who drew many comparisons to Michael Jordan. He was considered to be the most complete player at his position and certainly had a bright future coming his way. But unfortunately, he was gone before he could ever step foot on the court. Of course, that was a huge blow to the Celtics organization
Insane, bro.
and had no other choice but to move on. So the following year, in the very next draft, they took Reggie Lewis in the first round, which turned out to be a great decision because by his second season, he would average 18 points per game for Boston. He looked like he was on his way to being a big part of their future, especially since Larry Bird was battling with injuries.
Why is he laying down like that, bro?
Eventually blossomed into an all-star caliber player, elevating into averaging 20 points per game early in his career. But in 1993, bad luck would strike
didn't he die, bro?
Organization.
Look, bro, if Reggie Lewis didn't die, I'm sorry. God bless his soul if he didn't, but I'm pretty sure he did, bro. So at the same time, God bless his soul, man. I'm pretty sure he's about to tell us.
Game against the Charlotte Hornets, Reggie Lewis suddenly collapsed to the ground, lying there for several moments. Eventually, he did manage to get back up and tried to continue playing, but he couldn't fully catch his breath, so he was forced to call it a night. But little did he know, that would be his final game. The next day, a doctor informed him that he might have an irregular heartbeat, so he better do what he can to take care of that. But another doctor said that it wasn't all that serious, so of course, Lewis listened to the second doctor and continued to work out to get ready for the next season. But during an off-season practice, he once again fell to the ground out of nowhere, and unfortunately did not get back up this time. He was just 27 years old. So the question is, what if Len Bias and Reggie Lewis never tragically passed away so unexpectedly? Would the Celtics have stayed competitive well into the 90s, meaning that they probably would have been too good to draft Paul Pierce in 1998? Also meaning that the Big Three would have never existed, causing LeBron to actually stay in Cleveland instead of joining Miami? All I'm saying is, even if just one of them stayed alive, the dominoes might have fell in a different direction. Even though Bias and Lewis passed away 7 years apart from each other, what are the chances that the Celtics selected players in back-to-back drafts who ultimately left us too soon? Absolutely scary.
That's crazy.
Next, we have a story so bizarre, it's almost like it was meant to happen. It was February 2008, just about 2 years removed from the Heat's 06 championship. Things were not
let's see what they're talking about, man.
Miami. Shaq's career was on the decline as injuries were beginning to catch up to him. One day, the team was getting ready to start practice when Jason Williams arrived only 10 seconds late, but Pat Riley didn't care if he barely made it. It was still 10 seconds too long.
10 seconds.
So Riley,
Pat Riley, these are grown men, bro. These are grown men. 10 seconds is nothing, bro. Come on now.
Yelled at him saying, "Get the hell out of here."
Damn.
Then Shaq stepped in and said, "We're a team. We have to stick together."
Let's go, Shaq.
So Pat Riley responded by saying, "If you don't like it, you can go too." That caused
What was Pat Riley? What are you on, bro? What was he on, dude?
Shaq to say, "Why don't you make me?" As he then
Talk to him.
up in Riley's face.
Talk to him.
Udonis Haslem and Alonzo Mourning had to come to the rescue and hold Shaq back. It got pretty nasty.
Let's go, Shaq.
Pat Riley had enough with Shaq, so he did not hesitate to immediately trade Shaq to the Phoenix Suns.
Oh my gosh, bro. Because of that, dude.
The Heat would receive Sean Marion and Marcus Banks in return. A year later, Miami was in desperate need of a third big man to go along with Joel Anthony and Mark Blount, because Shaq and Mourning were no longer there. So during the 2009 trade deadline, the Heat traded Marion and Banks to the Raptors in exchange for Jermaine O'Neal and
never mind. I'm tripping.
Moon would later sign with the Cavs that offseason, as Miami no longer needed him. So fast forward to 2011, the LA Clippers felt that they needed to move on from their aging point guard, Baron Davis. So they traded him along with a first-round pick to the Cavaliers in exchange for Mo Williams and Jamario Moon. Then came along the draft lottery a couple months later. The Cavs had a 19.9% chance of getting the #1 pick with their own odds, while the Clippers pick, which the Cavs received from the
oh my gosh, bro, is this Kyrie Irving?
Only had a 2.7% chance of winning the lottery. But somehow, the Clippers' first-round pick that actually belonged to Cleveland now landed the #1 overall pick of the upcoming draft, which we all know turned out to be Kyrie Irving.
Oh yeah, I was right.
It's just another example of the Clippers' curse. So Cavs fans should be forever thankful that Jay Will did not show up to practice on
all of that because of because 10 seconds. That can't be real,
Because
bro.
otherwise, LeBron probably wouldn't have gone back to Cleveland if Kyrie
Yeah.
wasn't there. And we wouldn't have had the privilege of watching that epic
That can't be
2016
real,
NBA
bro.
Finals. A seemingly unrelated event led to Kyrie.
That cannot be real, bro. This video was insane, bro. There's a part 2 to this, so let me know if y'all want me to react to that. Thank y'all for watching. That's gonna be the reaction, man. Like I said, crazy video. Anything could happen, bro. Don't stress the future or the past, because you can't control it, my guy. Okay? Everything happens for a reason, bro. The butterfly effect. Without further ado, man, stay blessed, stay safe, and stay trill. Peace out. Love y'all. See y'all in the next reaction video. Take care.